So guys, today I want to talk about Ruli Winkler because don't forget Ruli when it comes to the top 6 prediction. But is Ruli really a guy that is dangerous for only 1 to 2 years like a lot of people think? No. Since he got his pro card back in 2009 at the Arnold Classic Amateur, or no, even it was 2010 at the Arnold Classic Amateur, and since then he made his first pro show, that was the Australian Pro Grand Prix, where he got third, and after that his second pro show he got first place at his second pro show ever at the New York Pro, and he did look awesome. Great shape, no such thing as a sticking out gut, because I mean look at that great conditioning, and that was the first performance of Ruli I ever saw, and since then he was basically on the map of bodybuilding, professional bodybuilding. He looked awesome back then, and he won against guys like Dennis Wolf, and Dennis Wolf was already a top pro athlete back then, and against Tony Freeman, who was a top 10 athlete, and Hideta Yamagishi. And I don't hear much of that guy nowadays. What happened to him? He was known for his crazy legs, and I think he was sponsored by Universal. And what I want to tell you is, back then he looked so awesome. I mean, especially on his own. But of course, when he posed, and that topic will come later, when he posed next to the other guys, you saw that he still needs some mass. Okay, he needed some mass. But then again, it was his first pro year ever, and especially in the legs, he needed some mass. I mean, his legs were his arms were already great then, especially his triceps, which is his best body part. But you directly saw, I mean, compared to the other legs, even Hideta Yamagishi had better legs than Ruli. So he had the weakest legs in the top 5, but the best, all around conditioning and body. So what happened after that? I mean, there was a 6 years time span, and he got bigger, and the thing with his gut happened, sadly. As he got bigger, his belly seemed to have problems with holding his gut down. This was 2014 Mr. Olympia. So he got bigger, and the thing was that with Ruli, even back then, he looked very, very impressive in the off season, but when he came to the contest time, he lost a lot of size, not only fat. So that was always his problem back then. Nowadays he seems to manage it, but his conditioning isn't quite as good as his best conditioning at the New York Pro 2010. And that was last year at the Arnold Classic. He had problems with the gut, and this was 2015 Arnold Classic, so his gut problem, it got better, but still the conditioning could be better. And his legs, of course, the legs need mass. That's his, he has so great arms. He has, a lot of great body parts. But when you don't have the legs, you will never win the Olympian title. And I'm pretty sure of that. They say, a back and the legs win the Olympian title. And when you look at all the past Mr. Olympias, all of them had great legs and backs. For example, Dorian Yates and Ronnie Coleman, of course. And even, in the forums, they talked a lot about the problem. And I don't only want to talk shit about it, but, it was a problem that came. His abs seemed to look a little not like it used to look back then. And this is only for fun. He's known for his crazy, you know, facial expressions. And yeah, and this 6 years after, you know, he seemed to, you know, he's way bigger. And this, you know, the great thing about this is just, it's not only 6 years after, but it's 6 years after, at the same contest, the New York Pro, where he lost against Dexter Jackson and got second. Of course, you have to say that back then, 2010, there wasn't any Dexter Jackson, Phil Heath, Kai Green, or etc. competing at the New York Pro. Keep that in mind. So he competed against Dexter and got second to a guy who got second at the Olympia last year. Of course, he's crazy big, and he seemed to have his gut issue better under control, at least better than 2015. For sure. I think his legs got a little better, but you know, when you compare his legs, that doesn't have to mean a lot when you compare it to the size of Dexter Jackson's legs, because Dexter isn't the guy with the biggest legs, okay? So we will see at the Olympia when we compared to guys like Phil Heath, Big Ramy, so on, but he's, you know, clearly bigger as Dexter. Some of you fans said that he should have won the New York Pro, but I think he has to prove on his conditioning more. And like I said, the legs has to get better. So in general, all around, he got a little bulkier compared to that. Compare it, man. Compared to that. Back then, he really looked awesome. Did look awesome, and he still looks awesome, but maybe you understand what I mean. So this is back then and now. So he clearly got bigger, but his legs still are not there where they have to be. His gut is getting better. It's getting better. The gut problem, a lot of athletes have it. It's get better, and he's right now. I think he's in Kuwait, and the guys out there, they know what they're doing. So I think he will even be better at the Olympia 2016 than at the New York Pros 2016. It's the most muscular, but like I said, he has to be more ripped. This is not the most conditioning, really, even if he got better than last year. It's not the best, really. Again, look at these two pictures, okay? Six years, you know, after the 2010 New York Pro, especially at the conditioning, and then look at these pictures, same poses. I mean, mostly same poses. He looked like a different guy. So, really, I hope you're doing your thing. Shout out to the Camel Crew. I think nobody of them know me yet, but let's bring Ruli into conditioning and see what happens. And of course, follow me on Instagram. It's Dennis Lifestyle. Maybe I will change the name and Dennis Fit 96, but right now it is how it is. So, if you had fun watching the video, just give it a like, subscribe me, and I will have to say that I will make very, very interesting videos the coming week. So don't forget to subscribe. I'm pretty sure you will like it, because it will be not, you know, the topics everybody talks about, okay? So, bye, have a nice day.